Well, today's November 17th and me and the wife are out here hunting, so I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone and tell you guys a little bit about the Rapper Son story. First off, how did I come up with the name Rapper Son? Well, 2011 I shot a buck that I called Rapper, and it was definitely my favorite buck that I've ever hunted to date. Followed the buck for 4 years, shot him as a 5.5-year-old. So in 2012, a young buck, which I thought was a 2.5-year-old, had a lot of the same characteristics as what Rapper did. So we just called him Rapper Son. And honestly, we didn't pay a lot of attention to him that year. We were after other bucks that year. So I got some trail camera pictures of him that I kept. And then that brings us to 2013. 2013, once again, he shows up. We got a lot of trail camera pictures of him. Got some great video of him in the late season in the real world soybeans. And you know, one of the things about late season is it really holds those deer. And this buck in particular, Rapper Son, never liked staying on our property that long. But come late season, he was there and he stayed there. That brings us to 2014. This deer was all over the place. I never saw him in velvet, but from the beginning of October basically all the way through season, at some point I saw this buck all over the place. But one thing stuck out to me, and that was this buck was not living on our property. He was coming off the neighbors just randomly, and especially during the rut, he would come over to our place and chase the does, and that's when I get the majority of the trail camera pictures. But once again, in late season, he came to the real world soybeans, and I got some great video, some great pictures of him, and he was here to stay for all late season. Unfortunately, I didn't find his sheds. So that brings us to 2015, and immediately in the summer months, I was looking everywhere for this buck, just trying to get a visual on him, and I happened to get 2 trail camera pictures of him on August 7th. The only 2 pictures of him I had all throughout velvet. And the buck did not reappear until almost the tail end of October. And once again, that just shows me this buck was not living on our property. He was living on the neighbor's property, but close to rut time again, once again, he would come over to our property, chase the does, and I knew he was here to stay till late season. So I knew I needed to get the job done though, hopefully before shotgun season ever got here. It's November the 8th. It's a little warm, about 55, 60 degrees. It's about 2:30, and the deer are really getting on their feet. The mature bucks are getting on their feet quite a bit. We got a screwy wind. It's an east-northeast wind, so I'm taking a little bit of a chance tonight. But so far the wind's actually in my favor. We hung a set today that hopefully will be really good in the next couple days. I hope so anyway. I think it's the biggest tree in the woods too. Good Lord, it was huge. Anyways, I gotta go. I got deer running right behind me. So as you can see, I just sat down and deer were already chasing each other behind me. And literally the very first buck that I see is Rapper Son at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pure daylight, right underneath one of the other tree stands that I walked right by to get to, the tree stand that I'm sitting in. And I apologize for the shakiness now, because this buck was on totally the opposite side of the tree. I had to take the camera off the camera arm just to get video of this deer to be able to, so you guys could see him. Well, I was running out of camera light, and all of a sudden I just heard this loud crashing noise. The first time all year that I've heard a buck growl, and it was super cool, but I had about 5 minutes of camera light left. I didn't think it was gonna happen, and lo and behold, here comes this doe just bursting in, comes to 5 yards underneath my tree stand, and right behind her is the buck that I'm after, Rapperson. Like I said, I got about 5 minutes of camera light left, and I knew that I had to make something happen. So I turned the camera, got it in position to get the doe feeding out into the clover, into the real-world soybeans. And Rapperson followed the script perfect. He walked 5 yards into my stand. I wish I could have moved the camera, but it was so quiet that you probably could have heard a tick fart. So anyways, Rapperson walked straight out. He was walking directly away from me, and I was freaking out. I was at full draw, and I thought this deer was leaving my dreams. It was all over. But I just went ahead and I grunted 3 times and got him to turn enough, give me that strong quarter and away shot, and the rest is history. Got him, baby. Yes! Ooh. That's Rapperson. He just came right underneath the tree stand. 5 yards. And I could not move. I mean, there's no wind, no nothing. I had to hard shut him, and I just put it in the money. And man, finally he shows himself in daylight, comes right here. He was going straight away, and I grunted pretty loud to get him to turn and look at me. And it worked perfect. Oh my gosh, yes. Big buck down. Yes. I'm calling my wife right now. He literally only ran 60 yards. That havoc destroyed him. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I got him. Yes, I did. Oh my God. I know, Jen, I'm having a heart attack. A doe, the doe that he was after, come right underneath my stand at like 5 yards. We just came back out here, got out of the stand, got Evan and Janelle, and we got some lights, so we're gonna go ahead and blood trail this deer. We already know he's dead laying in the field, but we're gonna go up here to the impact shot and track from there. So let's go up here and see what we got. Blood right here, see that? Look at that, blood. Blood right there, blood, oh, right here, look at this. Arrow blew all the way through, and he broke it off. That is money. There's blood all over right here. Good Lord. Oh, he's dead right here somewhere. Right there he is. Oh boy. Let me grab this real quick. Oh man, that's soaked. Soaked in blood. Yes, sir. Let's put it in the quiver. This is a bittersweet moment. 5.5-year-old buck. Watched him for 4 years now. Let's go put our hands on. And there he is. Rapperson. Oh, baby. Long time waiting for this moment.
That's awesome,
happy camper. Whoa, what a stud. Those G3s are awesome. Wow. That Rapper Son is officially tagged. Rapper Son. Watched him for 4 years and finally closed the deal last night. Brought him out here in daylight to show you guys a little better what he looks like. We're gonna take care of him, go get him skun out. We're gonna skin him out, and then we're gonna butcher him actually today. It's supposed to get a little warm today, so we're gonna go ahead and butcher him today. But how he got his name is, I shot a buck back in 2011 that I called Rapper, and he just has a lot of the same similarity as what he had. And you know, it was a lot of fun watching him from 2 years old to 3 years old to 4 years old to 5 years old. Had a lot of fun, a lot of encounters, tons of video, tons of trail camera pictures, you know, and that's what I'm after. It's not the inches to me, it's the journey itself, and being able to watch him grow. There's just nothing better. And you know, that doe, he followed that doe. I couldn't move around much last night. The doe came out into the real world clover plot here, and doe headed for the beans, and well, the buck came in right behind. It was so quiet I couldn't move, and came out, obviously, as you see, made a great shot, didn't go far. And one thing I want to mention is a lot of people don't think that mechanical broadheads have good penetration and so forth, and I'll be the first to admit I was skeptical myself when I first started using them. But I actually double lunged and heart shot this buck and had 6 inches of arrow hanging out the exit hole on this buck. I can't say enough about the Havoc broadhead. I mean, truly, it's done a phenomenal job, and especially chasing a buck for that long and watching them grow. The last thing I want to do is take a chance on a faulty broadhead, and so I definitely trust the G5 Havoc broadhead, putting down the buck that I'm after, and it worked perfect last night.
With the numerous food plot seed products available, how do you know which one to plant? Is there really much difference from one to another? Real World Wildlife Seed is striving to set themselves apart from all the other food plot seed companies by having the very best seed blends possible. Real World never uses cheap filler seed or other tricks used by some seed companies. Real World Wildlife Seed wants to educate food plotters and is offering this food plot DVD for just $1. To learn more, go to realworldwildlifeseed.com. See for yourself, there really is a difference. Dare to compare.